Hello Internet man, I am Vicky. I'll be cooking for you a few recipes over the next little while. Mostly what I'll be cooking are things that we sort of lost along the way. Basic recipes that we haven't eaten in donkey's years or we've cheated on because it's been too hard, too time consuming, too painful to do ourselves. So these are all recipes that I've tested over and over. Particularly ones that my family gets a bit irate if I don't show up with a nice basket of whatever I've cooked. If you have any requests, if you want me to try recipes that you've got, or maybe see if I can help with problems you have with cooking, let me know. Little thing down there. Never fear the male types watching. I won't do just baking. Eventually there will be some meat dishes up there. Vegetarians, I'm with you, there will be some vegetarian dishes. Mums, kids, everybody, there's plenty of stuff out there, so I'll make sure I get something in there for everybody. The recipe I'll be doing today is my easiest scones in the world. This doesn't fail and it's absolutely delicious. So we start off with 2 cups of self-raising flour, and I have plenty on the bench, that's for a little bit later. 2 cups self-raising flour. 2. And then we have a 1/4 cup of white sugar. You could use brown sugar or raw sugar if you prefer. And I've also tried it with artificial sweeteners, and that works just fine. Alternately, you can leave it out altogether if you're going to do a savoury scone. So if you wanted to add some pumpkin or some herbs, cheese, that sort of thing. This is just a basic sweet scone. Now for the interesting part. 1/2 cup of sour cream. I love sour cream, it's delicious. And I would eat it out of the tub if I was allowed. That's pretty bad. Okay, so now this you can use a few alternatives for. The sour cream you can replace with cream, and that's about it. But this part, you can let your imagination go wild. I'm using ginger beer today, homemade ginger beer. There'll be another recipe in a little while about how to make that. This can also be substituted for lemonade, for beer if you're so inclined, men. You can use creaming soda, you can use Coca-Cola if you really wanted to try it. Alternately, if you really don't want to go that far out, soda water works fine. My mum has a soda stream just for this recipe. So we add in our ginger beer. Now this is going to fizz a little bit, so be prepared. It's not going to overrun your bowl, but it will fizz. So you want to bring it together. One of the tricks with scones is to stir them as well as possible. Because you don't want to work them too hard, otherwise they just get chewy. You want them nice and fluffy and light, which is what the bubbles do. Okay, so it kind of comes together. To get it into a nice dough that we can cut, 2 tablespoons of milk, light, full cream, skim, whatever you want. I'm a full cream person. Okay. Alright. Came together nicely. You can see, nice big lump in the bottom of the bowl. Now we take our plant flour. You could use self-raising for this. I got a couple other recipes to do today, so I probably won't have enough, so I'll just use the plain. White flour is probably best for this recipe. If you want to go to my red recipe for a little bit more information, what I know anyway about flour and the different types. You could use wholemeal. You just might find it's a bit more gluggy and doesn't quite crumb the same way. Not quite as fluffy maybe. So basically all you want to do with it is knead it a little bit not too much, because I do want it quite moist. That's what gives the scones their moisture. Okay, flatten it out to about a hand depth, maybe a little bit deeper, depending on how big you like your scones. I like a high jam to cream to scone ratio. So smaller the scone, the better, because it means I can pile them with jam and cream. But each try. I'm using sort of a medium size cutter, I guess about a 7 or 8 centimeter cutter. Again, depending on what you prefer. If I'm taking these into work to share, I usually use my tiny little cutter. Because I'm not that generous. Now, as we cut them, what we're going to do is we're going to put them in the tray. So the tray I've just lined with baking paper. The trick with scones is to cram them in as tight as possible. They kind of support each other as they rise, and the tighter the fit, the better the rise. So you want them in there fairly close together. Touching is fine because if you pull two out by accident because they haven't been cut properly, well, these things happen. So between each cut, you probably want to get some flour on the cutter just to keep the cuts nice and clean so you're not pulling. I suppose you could use other shaped cutters for this. I've never seen it, and only just thought about it, but I suppose you could. I'm sure the kids would love star-shaped, heart-shaped, man-shaped scones. Again, if you're going to do shapes, because you need them to be really squished in there to rise properly, you might have to use maybe some baking powder, just add it to the flour to kind of give it a bit more rise. And just think about, make sure that they're not going to rise quite as much. Okay, so once we've cut as many as we can out of that bit, we just roll that together and do it again. Part of the reason we need all that moisture so that we can just keep rolling out until we've got every last scone. With this recipe, people will always want more. We recently went to visit family, and I'd asked my husband if I should bring, had a basket with a few things in it, if I should bring the scones. He went, oh no, nobody wants food, it'll be fine. I got there and I found out that I baked scones. Upcry. So always make a double batch. I was hoping to have enough to do 4 rows, but I've got just enough for 3, so and because you never waste this delicious scone mixture, we just take that last little bit, form it into a roundish, pop it in the tray, and then that's what you end up with. So from here, they'll go in the oven. My oven's about a 170 for baking. I have a loaf of bread in there at the moment, so we'll pop these in, ready to wet. Here we go. So we have our lovely golden brown top. Again, it's a bit dodgy, I know, but that little hollow sound, perfect. So come out. Now these scones are perfect with jam and cream. I've also done them with sliced fresh strawberries from my garden with a little cream on top. It's fantastic. Or you could do them with maybe some marmalade. Serve them cold in the morning with perfect. That'd be lovely. In all baking though, you are going to have some disasters. I have made so many batches of scones, and I have had plenty of them turn out like absolute Play-Doh. Practice, perseverance,